Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first stage reading of The Wilds, a performance piece in pre-production about memory and healing familial and historical wounds. It is not a play in the traditional Western sense of a logical, linear narrative with clearly defined plot arcs and character development. The piece moves fluidly, like a musical score or a toned poem. The playwright is not concerned with representing the so-called real world. Rather, the playwright, director, producer is more concerned with representing the world as he sees it, in creating poetic moments as well as extracting an emotional response from an audience. In the ancient tradition of West Africa griot, the piece combines language, music, movement, drama, and visual art to tell the story of the death of a matriarch and the continuity of her spirit, as well as the memories that bubble to the surface from the depths of her daughter's mind. Some questions to think about during the reading are: how do you activate healing in your own life? What rituals have been passed down in your family that connect you to your culture or ancestors? What is your view of history versus the master narrative of history? How do the past, present, and future intersect? Let the words and the music wash over you and be healed. Enjoy the show.
Forward. Lights up on Willie Wild. She's wearing all white and is bathed in a pool of bright white light. She exists in a liminal space somewhere between the world of the living and the dead. She turns counterclockwise inside of a chalk outline of a circle. The stage should be set up like an altar, littered with family photos, candles, flowers, bowls of fruit, etc. Film projections are set up throughout the space. They are like celluloid time capsules showing moving images as well as still frames. These visionscapes will remain as continuous background imagery through the entire piece and shift and change with each movement. The initial image of the sisters should show them far away from each other.
I am the woman on the edge of 30, living between indecision and uncertainty. How can I move into the next world when my girls is like a shattered picture frame, disparate pieces spread out over space and time? They need to come together and gather in my name, Make your way home, gather in my name, home.
Lily Wild enters. Film projections displaying Black Hollywood starlets Josephine Baker, Dorothy Dandridge, Eartha Kitt, and Lena Horne.
The Hollywood Shuffle, that's what they ought to call it. A whole lot of shucking and jiving for the white folks. And I've been shucking and jiving since I got out here to Los Angeles. Call me Sarah Bartman, a circus freak. But how many coins will patrons throw at me? How many coins will I collect? How many staring eyes will undress me as I walk down Sunset Boulevard? I don't know. I just know that I used to pretend to be Dorothy Dandridge and Josephine Baker when I stood in the mirror, holding Mama's brush up to my lips, singing her songs. Now I dance in cages, performing, doing little sexy dances for $2.50 just to make ends meet. Until I get that role. Until I get that call. But I never thought I'd get a different sort of call. What's that you say? Oh. She gone? Willie Wild, the invincible Willie Wild, gone?
Lily freezes in place. Rose Wild enters. A film projection of roses with their petals slowly dropping.
We used to want to paint the stars. The colors seemed to be making love on the canvas. Swirls of red and green splashing into one another, while yellows and blues gliding along the edges of the painting. I love to kiss your deep, dark, almost purple black skin. All you want to paint is your nightmares, I used to want to paint beautiful canyons, now only nightmares. I used to leave trail rose petals to the bedroom. Now all you leave trails of are sorrow and disappointment. What happened to you? To us? They say I'm a man eater. But honey, I don't run to the men, they run to me. They've been chasing since I was a youngin'. Boys at school, even some of the old men. And I tried to put a rune on them. But honey, they just keep on chasing after me anyway, like flies to old meat. Well, I don't ask for it, but I don't mind it neither. I mean, it passes the time, except when they break your heart. That's the part I don't like. They smash it up into little bits and carry it around in their pocket like it's theirs, like it belonged to them. And then they show it off to their friends as if to say, hey, look at here, I got me a girl's heart. So I have decided from this day on to never share my heart with any man again. So the next time some man say, hey mama, why don't you let me come up sometime and take care of you? See, you ain't got no man around. You could use a man around, you know. I will deny them entrance. I will no longer let the adoration I have for a man outweigh the adoration I have for myself. No, not no more. Maybe I am fucked up about men because I saw my mama get her heart pummeled. Saw the disappointment. Saw the look in her eye when she went to bed alone night after night. Daddy left mama's heart black and blue. Black and blue he did. But I'm keeping my heart locked in a cage. Only thing I love more than men is mama. She ain't never gonna break my heart. Not never. Mama? Really wild?
Lily unfreezes and puts her hand on Rose's shoulder.
She gone, sis. She gone.
Lily and Rose freeze. Jasmine enters. Film projections displaying civil rights footage and South African apartheid footage.
I wanted my people to march through the streets like they did in Soweto, like they did in Selma. I wanted to lead my people over rivers, gather them together, and plot to dismantle the system. Wake them up and make sure they stayed woke. But the men, they kept pushing me in the background. Wasn't no place for women to lead in the movement. They forgot we stood side by side. The fields, not one behind the other. I became a part of the new African nation to create change, like Grandpa wanted to do with his people. Now I just sit here with the other women going over the breakfast menu to make sure the men are fat and full for combating their trenches. It's treacherous out here, and it do take a good woman to keep a good man encouraged to fight the good fight. We're not supposed to play the lead. It was never about me being in the limelight for me. That was Lily's thing. It was never about me being a leader, so I lead from behind the scenes and get no recognition, that's fine. It was about moving the people, getting the people up, my people. But at least I got my mama. She my people. My sister don't hardly care about no movement, maybe somebody, but mama understood. Because she saw her daddy get taken away and daddy saw his daddy get strung up on a tree. Mama, she understands.
Lily and Rose unfreeze and each touches Jasmine.
No, it can't be. It can't be, Mama. Gone?
Lily, Rose, and Jasmine freeze. Ivy enters. Film projection of stock footage of New York City in the day.
New York is more segregated than the South, and colder too. It don't seem like it even worth it to come all the way up here just to study art. Art? Please. What do these people know about art? Nothing. Not black art, at least. I made this one painting of Mama when she used to sing down at McCoy's on 55th Street. I couldn't really capture her true beauty. Her essence wasn't all the way in the painting like I wanted it to be. But I worked real hard on it, day and night. You know what my honky professor gonna say? This is rather trite. It's been done before. I know you people love your singers, but if you want to make it in this art world, Missy, you're gonna have to get into the habit of doing more serious work. More serious work? Oh, so the lives of black people ain't supposed to be taken seriously? You don't know what black art is. Black art is revolutionary. Black art is not your mama's art. Black art is the greatest story ever told. Black art is not defined by the limited white imagination. Black art is expansive. Black art is survival. Black art is Saturday night and Sunday morning. Black art defies your expectations. Black art is political. Black art is never art for art's sake. Black art is all the art forming, coming together. So I wouldn't expect you to understand, Cracker. I wish Mama was here so she could tell him off. She was always defending me when Lily, Rose, and Jasmine never defended me. They was always too busy worried about themselves. I don't need them. I just need Mama.
Lily, Rose, and Jasmine all unfreeze and gather around Ivy. She moves away from them at first, but then realizes why they are all here.
No, not Mama. And why am I the last to find out? Y'all couldn't call me or nothing?
The sisters all freeze in place. Nana enters. Her face is painted white and she is wearing a white gele and a white flowy dashiki dress. She also carries a wood staff in her left hand. She exists in a liminal space somewhere between the world of the living and the dead. She ritualizes the space by doing a dance and calling forth the gods and ancestors. Film footage of various African tribes in the African landscape accompanies low drumming.
Oshun, Yemoja, Aida Wedo, Oya, Dambala, Ombatala, Nyame, Olodumare. I am the great-great-great-great-granddaughter of the first African conjure woman. I am the daughter of Sarah and James Dubois and the mother of Willie Wilde. I called all y'all into this space. Be here with these sisters for as they remember all they've forgotten. I am the woman at the center of things, like the nucleus struggling to keep my family intact. But they too damn stubborn to listen to me, so they gotta learn the hard way. We are the ones who gather nightshade to use against our enemies. We hang high John the Conqueror over our doorways. We are children of the yam. We are the ones who hang glass bottles on trees to capture hates. We sprinkle goofer dust on our steps. We call our ancestors' names out loud. We throw the bones. We throw the shells to see into the future and cast light on the present. We whisper incantations. We sing our children to sleep with plantation lullabies. We kiss the earth, make love to the water. We beckon the spirits. We are the unruly ones, the ones let loose, the ones who chose to jump overboard and escape captivity, the ones who chose to fly back, who chose to walk on water, back to holy groves, back to tribes, back to mass, back to altars, back to miraculous fire dances, back to Africa.
Nana begins to dance counterclockwise around the chalk circle. The sisters begin to do jerky punctuated movements, all the while standing in place. They then stop and freeze in place again. After a few beats of Nana's monologue, the sisters begin to slowly unfreeze and improvise movements on the stage. Their bodies paint the space. They hum and create a moving soundscape, one that they will continue to do throughout the piece when each does her individual monologues. Music, movement, visionscapes, and the spoken word should always be happening simultaneously, unless noted otherwise.
We dance moonclad here. We don't care who look at our dark, fleshy backsides. We gather our memories by the river and pour them over ourselves. We make masks out of seashells, morning dew and fallen petals to cover the hurt. When I look across the shore, I see the African woman. I see she called out to me. She beckoned, but I stay firm on this side of the ocean. I'm afraid if I go into the water, I'ma drown. And I end up like all them that jumped over the ships when they take us, snatch us up without asking. I don't want to walk on the bottom of the ocean floor, but she tell me it's okay, that I can walk over the water. But I don't believe her. I stand still, not wanting to cross. So she come toward me, walked all the way from Oya to Nawlings, right over the water. I see her do it. I'm scared at first when I see her. She looked wild, unkempt and untamed, but she said, "It's okay," and caressed my face. She moves my braids out of my face and I can feel her hands. They rough like tree bark, but her soft brown eyes are warm. I want her to come into me, and it seemed like when I think that, she do come into me, and we become one. I feel complete, whole, full of my own power, and hers too. I feel like I can walk on the water now, and so I do. And I go home, all the way back to Africa. And I see all my family. I see them all. Make your way home and gather in my name. You must always remember your way home. Remember, remember, remember. Never forget your roots. Never forget your roots.
The sisters freeze and Nana exits. Prelude. The sisters move counterclockwise in a circle as they sing, clap their hands, and stomp their feet. A ring shout. They face the audience. They are like a chain fence.
We come to bury the dead.
We come to celebrate the dead.
We come to celebrate the rights.
The rights of the dead.
On this day, the legendary Willie Wilde has passed on into the spirit realm.
Mama,
Mama,
Mama.
Her spirit gliding through the night air.
Ivy breaks the chain and faces her sisters.
She ain't even say goodbye.
Gnosis. But we still have the memories.
the memories.
Ivy rejoins the chain.
The memories.
Because we come to bury the dead.
We come to perform the
We
rites
come to honor the dead.
and lay her to rest.
not mourn.
But celebrate.
And remember,
Movement number 17, Willie's Blues. The sisters begin to dance, their garments flow. Film projection of the Louisiana Bayou in the daytime.
she was born out of the ruddy Louisiana dust. Her skin was the color of dusk in April. A rebellious little thing. She damn near ran out of Nana's nether regions after swimming in her belly for 9 months. Hell, she couldn't have been more than 2 before she started walking and talking. And I know this because I'm the oldest. I'm the one she told all her secrets to. Because it was just us in the beginning. Because Daddy was always out doing other things. No good nigger, she'd say under her breath as she stared out the window, holding herself like she was cold. As if the bronze sun wasn't blazing down from the blue as a blueberry sky. She would tell stories about how she sang sinners music in church, and Granddaddy would whoop her ass before she could get too many notes out. Oh, Mama. Mama.
Lily dances her mother's dance.
Once there was a dancing woman who danced from Mississippi to Memphis, skipped from the Amazon to Gibraltar, leaped from the craters of the moon to the Atlantic Ocean, smelling of peach blossoms and gin. She sauntered into the room of the Golden Gate Lounge, daring and reckless in her gait. She sent me to the piano man. Why don't you play something for me? She asked. He looked at her like she was half crazy. Sure, Mama, what'd you like to hear? Play me something fast. Anything that'll take away these blues. You know anything like that? Tell you what, Mama, I'll play something slow and easy. Make the pain go down real smooth.
The pain of living.
The pain of living.
When you feel the heat on the back of your neck after toiling in the sun all day.
When you feel the master's whip on your back.
When he don't come home at night.
When the baby won't shut up.
But you just keep on living. He slid his hands over the ivory keys as he majestically pounded out a boogie woogie and made the woman move her hips and throw her hands in the air.
The sisters all begin to shimmy and shake.
Yeah, man, that's it. That's the jam.
The women's skirts swirled around her. She became intoxicated by the rhythms as she hopped on top of the piano. Her melodic voice floated around the room, her yellow skirt just a-swirling.
Love won't do nothing but give you the goddamn blues. It won't hold you at night. It won't give you kisses in the morning. It don't do nothing but give you the goddamn blues.
The sisters stomp and clap in a circular motion.
In the beginning was the word and honey. The word was power. Couldn't have been nothing more than a black woman milking a note or taking another 8. But the word was there all the time. God had to have been a black woman. Who else could have birthed the world in 6 days? You tell me.
Yeah, Mama's voice could light up a room all right, faster than a toad could catch a fly.
Black words, black sounds, black voices emanate from the juke joint where black bodies grind and sway. Sweat dripping from dark temples, women with lips painted crimson, and butter smooth skin giving our sense of lilies and lilacs. They ain't think about the past or the future, just the present. They right next to the river where conjure women call up spirits. The women eye their debonair men with hats carved top of their black crowns, the red and the orange of the setting sun surrender to the indigo sky, and lightning bugs dance in the twilight.
Hot heat, like the heat of hot combs attempted to tame nappy edges, like the heat between lovers on a Saturday night.
And Mama danced around that room. She danced and danced and danced. Danced out the pain that was bottled up inside. Danced out the hurt. The feeling she could not express through the words. The unspeakable things unspoken. She wanted the assiduous pain gone. That pain that made her dizzy and tore her chest open. So she sang and sang.
The subtle blues.
Cool blues.
Subtle.
And cool.
And subtle.
We try to prove to ourselves that we're invincible when we're not. Like things don't hurt us when they do. We try so hard. We say we can get over anything. Can we really?
Especially when the pain lives deep, deep like the delta.
But we still get happy though.
And clap our hands.
And stomp our feet.
Movement number 16, Bayou Memories / Dreamscape. The sisters begin to dance wildly at first and then they calm down when the music stops. Film projection of Willie Wild in the Louisiana Bayou at night.
Willie Wild.
Willie Wild.
Willie Wild.
The greatest blues singer in all of
And
Nolans.
the maker of surreal cadences.
Singer of songs.
Maker of melodies.
Oh, Willie Wild.
Woman of mystery and incantation.
Seer of spirits.
Whisperer of wishes.
You're the ocean and we're the rivers.
The pearl of the ocean.
I remember things that happened a long time ago. Like when Daddy comes storming in at night after gambling with them white folks. Try to cheat them out their money. For all he know, they could have lynched his ass, but he always did take chances like that. I wasn't surprised. It wasn't the first time such things had happened.
It wasn't the first time at all.
Memories.
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 The sisters make frantic movements. A soft and mellow blues is heard.
Cool breeze, sunbeams. The dirt of the Louisiana Bayou has a red tinge to it. Not the red of robins or blood, but a brownish red that stained my mother's crisp white sheets. Deep, low down, dirty red. I remember pressing my bare foot on the soil, squeezing dirt from my toes like toothpaste squeezes through a tube. Felt cool on my feet. Cool breeze, sunbeams, and Mama.
A jump blues is heard. Lily makes frantic gestures at first, but eventually catches the rhythm and the beat.
Mama, you is the holy womb. I have seen the ancient rains. They flowed into your ocean. And we the river forever flowing, flowing downstream, upstream. Oh, great mother of fishes. Yeah, Omo Eja. Yeah, Omo Eja. Oh, holy mother who rises from crystal waters, who rises from the salty sea, hair shimmering under sun, clothed in blue gossamer, flowing and sparkling in the wind, sunbeams, azure skies, roped and tangled hair filled with seashells over dark bosoms. Mama, this is how you come to me in my dreams. In my dreams.
In the late hour, in the nighttime, during twilight, she come to me in my dreams, all bathed in white light. She say, daughter, I named you Rose for a reason. You are beautiful, yet prick those who get too close. I don't believe her. I just shake it off and go on with my life. But I know she right. Drove off my husband. Drove him off in the nighttime, drove him off into another woman's bed. He don't come back no more. I think maybe if I had just listened more, or even given more, he could have stayed, would have stayed. But I just weep for the good times and the bad ones. Music is supposed to be a statement of our lives. I find myself in constant renunciation of the fact, because I was born out of the blues. And the blues seem to be where I remain. Same record on repeat over and over. I cannot, will not accept being lost in the bluesness of heartache and deception. Plan on singing another song. Yeah.
They say the middle child's always the worst. Ivy always been spoiled and Rose thought she ran everything. I was just stuck in the middle of the both of them. Always hungry and thirsty for attention, yet lacking introspection. I haven't never asked who am I. I've only been told. Like when Raymond Myers told me I was his girlfriend in 9th grade. Real smooth move, cool. Too cool for me, too slick. Not slick enough. What, dreams? What are those? Just another fascination with the unreal, if you ask me. And no one ever asks me anything. I'm absolutely tired of the status quo. Another late night sitting alone with my own thoughts. Oh, what a bore. Let's shake things up. Rock the boat just a little. Might as well, we already out here at sea. Sea, blue, sea, say. What you say? Mama, dreams? Oh, she come to me in my dreams, looking like a queen, looking almost regal, but still mama. I recognize her anywhere. My goodness, it is you. Yeah, Omo Asia. Yeah, Omo Asia. Holy womb, holy woman. You always made me feel special, never alone, never imperfect, just special. You wouldn't let Lillian Rose invade my hopscotch game. Oh, yeah. And I thank you. I thank you.
They always leaving me out of everything. You the youngest, taunting me. I scream, I yell, I holler, I cry, I kick, but they just keep on. What a joke. That's all I am to them. And Mama had to have known, or else she wouldn't have named me Ivy. I mean, what kind of name is that? All my sisters got some pretty names. Flowers. I got stuck with a poisonous plant. Some kind of joke. I'm tired of being the joke of this family. The rebellious one, the one who runs off to the north to marry some big city white boy and go to art school, the race trader. They don't tell me nothing no more. Not even when Mama died. I had to call them. Now ain't that some shit? Mama, she come to me in my dreams. Looking down, I feel like I'm rising off my bed. And hands is reaching from under me. Is that you? Moonlight seeping in through my windows. I dream of you. And us. And moonlight.
Movement number 15, Jazz/Rhapsody in Blue. Film projection of a jazz club at night.
Can you feel it?
In the air.
She's here, isn't she?
Maybe she never left.
They never really do, you know?
The spirit remains.
Walking her.
Under the moonlight.
La Luna, the vulva of the moon, releases crimson droplets over the earth. Dollops of red, La Luna.
Moonlight.
Nighttime.
The nightlight. Yeah.
Rose, Jasmine, and Ivy begin to dance as if in a trance. They are lost in the sound of an alto sax. They sway and glide, remembering, dreaming.
Rhapsodies of blue spiral through the night air, and a woman appears, saunters, heels clicking across the pavement. She enters the lounge. The red-hot rhythms riff in the room. Women in minks and kitten heels move daintily through the crowd with coquettish expressions on their brown faces and pouty, crimson-stained lips. The older women shuffle, the edges of their mouth forming crinkles from wide, gap-toothed smiles. Young men with freshly tailored suits try to flirt with the girls with pearls around their neck in brightly colored dresses. It was all a game. How many phone numbers could one get in the least amount of time? Whose skirt could be raised in the least amount of time when the night was over? The night was hot. Even the moon shimmied and shook, glowing in the sky. Stars dance and cast their light over the steamy room of patrons, dancers, playgirls, playboys, musicians, and singers, all congregated in the dance hall. The crowd seemed to be at the command of the players as they relentlessly blew and blew and blew. The singer finally took the stage, dark ringlets framing her face, her shimmering indigo dress hugging her curvaceous body. Fragrant orchids were tucked behind both of her ears. She searched the crowd for her lover, but saw no signs of him. Her silver shoes glistened as she did her two-step, keeping in time with the rhythms of the band. The room was filled to capacity with almost no room to breathe. There was hardly any air, just bodies shimmering on the dance floor, their faces illuminated by gardenia-scented candles on the tables. The crowd rocked back and forth as a mellow croon fell from the singer's lips, like sweet morning dew falling softly from lush greenery. My baby just cares for me. Her earrings hung like crystallized raindrops from her ears. She dabbed the beads of sweat from her perspiring forehead. Men play craps outside, the gold-toothed grins getting wider and wider with every wind. Melodies glided through the air like birds. Laughter was their medicine, and music was the balm that covered their heartache and disappointment. So they danced and cackled at the movement of their own dark bodies. Their shadows intertwined like spirits performing a ritual dance of lovers in heat. This was Peachtree Jazz Club on a Saturday night. Yeah.
All of the sisters continue to dance as Lily joins them.
Dance? Don't you want to dance? Yeah.
Yeah, I want to dance.
Remember when Mama would play her records on Sunday mornings while she cleaned, and we would all just cut a rug?
Latin jazz is heard, and then a song reminiscent of the disco era. Film projection displaying footage of New York City at night.
I'm addicted to music. I'm a dance floor fiend. Living in Lower East Side of New York will do that to you. Boricua beats whistling and zooming everywhere, but I'm Southern fried and cornbread fed through and through, make no mistake. I just love going to dance in the Bowery. The rhythms and beats pulsating, disco lights overhead. I want to dance. I want to make language dance on the page, on the canvas, be a real artiste. Make the language dance from the tip of my tongue down my arms. Make it slink up my neck and make it rumba. Not just on the page, but on the screens and stage. I want to dance. I want to twitch my hips from left to right and back left again. I want to act like I ain't got no right act. But all these writers of today seem so content with just sitting and click-clacking away. But I want to get up. Is this body not a poem? Is this song not a poem? Because if it ain't, I don't know what is. Dance to the royal drums, twirling and swirling across the floor, my dress tightly wrapped around me like a ripe mango, skins encasing juicy flesh. Ain't no cracker gonna stop me. Come on, Daddy. Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna dance?
Yeah, I want to dance. Twilight catches us as we sip honey from moon lilies, as Shango rides his thunder across the sky, as we glide side to side, I find myself in your curves of your body undulating underneath mine. It's you, it's me, it's we. And yeah, I want to dance.
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 Rose and Lily take each other's hands and begin to dance. Jasmine and Ivy follow suit. Film projection of A Blue Heart. Movement number 14, Broken Hearted Blues.
This is how Mama used to dance with Daddy.
Yeah, when he wasn't acting crazy.
Do you think Daddy leaving us is the reason we all so messed up about men?
Speak for yourself. I ain't got no use for them. Shoot, they just an accessory in my life. I am a complete woman without them. Hell, I always been.
The sisters break apart from each other and each one does a frenzied, maddening dance of her own.
See, Daddy was a Saturday night man, and he played Mama like his guitar. Soft strums at first and then more aggressive as times went on. Played all the right notes till he decided he only wanted to do a solo performance and not a duet. You see, the music was his mistress. They had a thing going on, and Mama refused to play second string. She had put her dreams on hold for too long so he could live his. Loving him was a labor, and the blood and sweat and tears involved were not worth the pain of loving him. The Saturday night man with breath smelling of honey and just a hint of gin, and arms so big and strong like you used to cut cane before 1865, like you used to pick cotton before 1865, like you used to pick tobacco before 1865. Oh, how he loved those black girls with those red, red lips and long, long legs. He used to trace the outline of her body with his dark fingertips, leaving traces of saliva on her breast, softly kissing the side of her neck, gripping her hips as they slipped and dipped, cacophonous sounds of ecstasy emitting from her mouth. She was the maker of cadences so surreal. Her love making should have been an art form, like the Egyptian hieroglyphs and graffiti. She became Isis, he became Osiris. She was Nefertiti on her high throne. He was her loyal servant, attending to her every need. His kisses decorated her body. She was Oshun. He was Shango. His lightning struck her street waters. Oh, how he loved those black girls with those red lips. The Saturday night man. Yeah.
Desire can be so devastating, so reckless. It's selfish, really. It's dangerous, especially when the beloved becomes the fierce obsession of the lover. The lover earnestly demands the undivided attention of the beloved and will get it by any means necessary, by force or by sheer will of its own heart's desire. Coquettish winks of an eye always evolve into something more. Sensual smirks become uncontrollable, lustful, and passionate kisses, devouring the beloved, whole of it to say, I want you all to myself. Yeah,
Desire.
in danger.
But what happens when the desire goes, leaves just as quickly as it came? Me and my old man, we had a thing, but now our love is debilitated, dissipated, evaporated, relegated to the recesses of my mind, or floating in some faraway galaxy, surviving only in an imaginary realm, shuddering in a corner somewhere, knowing that its fate is only to cease to exist. But I think about the good times also, about the scent left on our sheets after hours of love making, so slow and sweet. Your body resting on top of mine, our hearts beating to the same syncopated rhythm. But I know we'll never go back to that. I've been broken too many times, so I'm only asking that the memories of what once was would leave me in peace. I want you to forget all the pieces of me, and I want to be nothing more than history, so just let it be.
I've been looking for myself, and I've been searching far and wide and deep, and I still can't seem to find her. I've been looking over many horizons and in many oceans, but I just can't seem to find her. Because a man took me, made me into something I didn't recognize. And I don't know if I'll ever get her back. But I'm going to be searching these streets until I do. Maybe one day she'll come back to me, make me whole again. She'll be galloping in my direction, like the great ebony horse Nana used to have on the farm she grew up in. Just maybe. She'll be fresh-faced and innocent again. The world will not have hurt her. I pray she comes back. I hope I find her one day, so we can be one again, and I can be whole.
Movement 13, a conjuring. The sisters have their backs to one another. Their arms are intertwined. They are tangled like fishnets. As each sister speaks, she turns to face the audience. Film projection of African tribes.
Memories float through the air,
Like dandelion spores.
Glide through the air.
Guided by wind.
the wind,
Oh yeah,
She's the rain in the wind.
Torrential.
memories.
slide.
Maybe if we call her, she'll come back to us.
Conjured for
A conjuring.
a conjuration.
A conjuring song.
The sisters untangle and do various movements.
Red-boned women, women with skin as black as alagas syrup. Wide-hipped women with updo, stout women with short-cropped haircuts, all gathered around the table. Their whispered voices fills the room. Previously oppressed tongues become loose and unfastened in the presence of the night air. With this wind rushing through the open windows, white candles line the windowsill. Their voices slowly rise and become a boom. Lightning electrifies the sky. The windows in the table rattle. Oya's thundering tempest rages in the sky and brings torrential rains.
The sisters pause and begin to move counterclockwise in a circle. They clap and stomp their feet in ancient ritual. A ring shout, soft legs.
They gather in the woods every night to practice their forbidden religion. These moon and sun children, these daughters and sons of Africa, their black skins glittered, shimmered, glistened under the moonlight. Their white garments mimicked the white of the moon. Some of the women wore scarves wrapped tightly around their heads, and they were barefoot. No need to separate themselves from the precious earth with the black lacquered shoes they usually wore to shield their feet from the red Louisiana dirt. They nature people. No need for top hats, coattails, neatly tucked in alabaster shirts. The eldest woman of the group motioned for them all to come towards the tallest tree, the one with the moss. The people obeyed the woman. She was their leader. She put her hands to the sky and called out the names of their gods and goddesses. Tumbala, Oye, Oyamasha, Oshun Shengo, Umbatula, Otalamari, and Yame. The people stood with solemn reverence, but they did not bow their heads like in church. They took to the sky. Their fatigued bodies suddenly became alive. Even their shadows danced. No need for uncomfortable work pants and work shoes. No need for yes ma'ams and yes sirs in these woods. Each person held a candle and moved in a circular motion around the tree. The eldest woman stood in the middle, Nana.
The sisters stand side by side.
Nana.
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 The greatest conjuration woman in New Orleans, led of people's spiritual freedom. The colonized their mind, showed them the old ways, the ways of our ancestors, all the way back to the first conjuration woman in Africa.
Nana.
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 She gave birth. She gave birth to Mama, so you know she had been something.
She was from the Du Bois clan, and you know they can move mountains just by breathing on them. Yes, sir.
And if anybody tried to pick on Mama, you know Nana would have put a mean old conjuring on them. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, she would.
The sisters all kneel in different cardinal directions on stage. Their arms are spread like eagle's wings, and the center is a woman with traditional African markings and garb with a spear in hand. Nana.
I was born from the ocean, out of the womb of the earth, and I came out singing, cowrie shells dangling from my ears, butterflies dancing between the crease of my bosoms and between my legs. I will make what is invisible visible. I will put the first last and the last first. I have said it, and so it shall be. You will find me in the wind, in the deep, rich soil.
The sisters move in a counterclockwise circle around Nana.
I am wind and rain. I am language and sound. I am the Genesis and the Apocalypse. I am the one who creates and destroys. I am the ancient Mother Wisdom, the ancient Mother Tongue who breathes fire at my enemies. My breasts give nourishment to nations.
I am the black mermaid rising, dreaming oceans, dancing on crystal beaches. I am commander of the seven seas. I am divine mother of all. I prance on the waves of every shore.
I am the fierce, regal, lion-headed woman. I fan myself with peacock feathers. I am the one who wears the crown. I am the essence of the river, the essence of femininity. Rivers of honey flow from my womb, and the sweet nectars of the earth reside between my thighs. I'm every man's desire, but only loyal to one. I am the golden one with the breast full of milk and honey. It is I who have the power to make men swoon. It is I who have the power to make men look in my direction.
I am the healer. I, a Gigi goddess warrior woman jazz griot of Hoodoo. I am the new world black woman. I am the new mestiza. I am the one telling you about yourself to your face. I am Aya Lorisha. I am the Sangoma. I am the Mambu conjuring up spirits of the dead long forgotten. I am the one telling you your stories from the past, present, future, calling the names of the ancestors. I am the one. I am who am. I was there. I am here. I am Lilith. I am Kali. I am Shakiti. I am who am. I am the one running through the jungle with mud-caked feet. I am the one who dances furiously by the ocean. I am the rain drenching the parched earth. I am Maulisa, Oshun, Yamaya, Afrikiti, Idea Widu, and Erzuli. I am who I am. I am the cosmos. I am the black hole. I have been the slave. I have been the free woman. I have always been here and always will be. I am the mother with children hanging off her breast. I am the seductress with orchids and lilies tucked behind her ears and butterflies dancing on her waist. I am the storyteller, the cultural worker. I am the conjure woman. I am the obey woman weaving word spells to mystify your mind. With my lioness by my side, I have trekked the jungles and savannas, spear in hand, cowries jingling and jangling on my wrist as I mix my brew. I am the one with rings piercing my nose and ears. Do not forget me. Invoke my loving name. I am the earth, fire, water, air, spirit. I have been there. I am here for the crown of hibiscus flowers on my head, and the baobab tree with ebony roots firmly planted in the moist oil, and mahogany branches reaching towards the ivory moon.
The sisters gather around Nana as she stands in the middle of the circle they have created and touches each one of their faces.
I never left y'all. I've been here all this time. Listen for me in the wind. See me in your reflection in the water, in the rivers, in the lakes. Feel me in the warmth of the majestic suns. Dance under my undulating moonlight. I've always been here and will be here. I cradled each one of y'all in my arms when y'all was little children. I never left y'all. I never left y'all. And you, I am you. You are me, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. Ain't no dirt separate us.
You are us.
We are you.
We become ourselves in you.
And you left yourself in us.
And you is mine because I have called you by name, each and every one of y'all. By name.
By name.
By name.
By name.
By name.
The sisters do various movements and gestures. Nana's exit. A film projection of the sisters is shown. They are slightly closer together than they were in the forward.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
See, I remember things that happened a long time ago, like when Daddy didn't come home for days at a time. Seemed like he forgot all about us.
Sure did seem that way. But Mama was our constant. She was our rock filled with sweet honey.
You know what they say.
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
Seemed like half the time he spent at the juke joint just hanging out. And I was the one who had helped Mama out around the house. I helped raise my own sisters.
You wasn't the only one raising them shoes.
Become yourself.
I am the black mermaid rising, dreaming oceans.
I am the warrior marked spirit grazing through fields of kudzu and savannas filled with daisies.
Become yourself.
I have been the woman. I was there.
Become yourself. And I was the only nigga in the room, a dark thing among a sea of whiteness, the ant in the cream, so to speak. And all I wanted to do was tell stories. Tell stories the way Mama told stories. And ooh, white people think they know every goddamn thing. Well, I guess they didn't invent the Western world and all its uppity trappings. And ooh, all I wanted to do was tell stories the way Mama told stories, through song. A blues song on the page, on the canvas, a conjuring song, mixing shadows and lights, and they wouldn't let me do it my way, the only way I knew, the only way I knew how.
If I lived in a world that was my own, I would invite all the musicians, singers, dancers that I knew to a club that admitted no white people. And the rhythmless white people would bang on the door demanding entrance until their knuckles bled. If I lived in a world that was my own.
I want the dark wild to envelop me, and all I wanted to do was tell stories. Poetic impulses seemed to flow from my fingertips like waves of energy that permitted me to write. Energy from the moon, energy from the river, energy from my wombs. Word weighed me down, dancing in seas of nouns and verbs. I live in language and sounds. The speech of regular folks in the street or voices of spirits. The ancestors calling me, telling me to tell their stories, because their hands have been chopped off, their tongues sliced, their minds kept empty. I would sing their sorrow songs like Mama did. All I wanted to do was tell stories. They wouldn't let me do that.
The voices of white people swirl in my head. They're like ghosts grabbing at me from all sides, trying to choke me. I'm suffocating. Can't breathe. Can't breathe. Can't breathe.
I am disappointment's child, lost in a sea of whiteness, a dark thing, and the ant and the cream, so to speak. And all I wanted to do was tell stories like I wanted to, like I wanted to, like I wanted to.
I am sacred and divine and powerful, and ain't no cracker gonna stop me.
I eat arroz con pollo and collard greens, and all I wanted to do was tell stories.
All I wanted to do was to act on screens and stages, but they wouldn't even let me do that. All I got was rejection after rejection, no parts for a black woman out in Hollywood, and don't even think about going to Broadway. They don't call it the Great White Way for nothing. The hands of white men sliding up my thigh on audition couches, wanting to make me into their black Jezebel, their African whore. Put on a show for the camera. Come on. You want to make it in this industry, don't you? Turning tricks to make ends meet because the rent in LA is too damn high. And I did it. I did it because I thought something would come out of it. An opportunity, a part, something. And now, and all I wanted to do was tell stories.
Movement 11, Sister Song / Sister Sounds, Sister Speak. Every time Jasmine speaks, there should be footage of the civil rights demonstrations interspersed with images from South African apartheid demonstrations, as well as footage of Hurricane Katrina evacuees. When Rose speaks, there should be a footage of a rose with the petals turning from red to black.
I wanted to change the world, shake it to its core, cleanse it of all its darkness, pierce the ominous clouds with this world with beams of sunlight. And that's why I joined the New African Nation, to be around folks who still believed in old African ways, like Nana, full of ideas and nerve. I came strutting in only to realize there wasn't no place for me in that world. I was impure to them, too worldly. They wanted me to cut off ties with my family, and I just couldn't stand not being able to see my folks, my people. Even though I can quote Malachi, Martin, Garvey, Du Bois, and Newcomer off the top of my head. Oh, there was no place for a woman's ideas to be taken seriously. I swear I wept every night thinking about how stupid I had been. To think I could change everything. All I wanted to do was change the world.
I was such a fool. I wait for you in the dark while you came stumbling home at damn near 3 a.m. talking about some baby. You know how the boys get. They wouldn't let me leave, and the night before that I was a layover in Cincinnati. What you doing flying anyway? You got to travel for your work now? What work do you even do? You still ain't told me, but here I am sitting in the dark waiting on you. All I ever do is wait, but I guess that's a woman's place. And I've known a woman's place for a long time. I've been keeping for a man who don't come home. And all I gotta do is wait, 'cause that's what women do. And all I ever wanted to do was love you. I let you get too close. Not never again. Keeping all men at a distance from now on. I am rose after all. My petals are pretty, but my thorns are sharp. Should have pricked you before you pricked my heart. I was such a fool.
The rain soon come, torrential, I can smell it, drowning all my people. Oh yeah, bring on winds and drowning all my people.
His hand commands my flesh, and I yield. He takes the pieces of me and puts me into myself. I become myself in you. His hands become my mind. His eyes, my eyes. I see what he sees. I see warriors marching over faraway lands, leaving billows of dust in their wake. Then I come back to myself. His hands command my flesh, and I yield. I ain't never given up my power. Not never again.
From Soweto to Selma, we marched. Ooh, until our feet were bloody. We marched, we marched, we marched.
Some women are aware of their powers. Others are not. If they are monarch butterflies nestled between the cresses of her bosom, and rose petals decorate her wide hips, and a tiara of peach blossom adorning her head, and sparrows adorning her buttocks, then this is a woman aware of her power. She is a reservoir of feminine strength, self-assured in her gait. I am that woman. and I ain't never giving up my power again.
Movement 10, a love song. Jasmine is dancing to a mellow groove. Film projection of a blood red heart.
You know it ain't all bad.
It ain't all that good either.
But it ain't all bad. Like, when you do come home at night, you ain't gotta worry about him being in no one else's bed.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about love. Could we sing a love song?
Oh no, not another one of those. I done had about enough of those.
Well, I'm gonna sing one anyway. As coquettish as Razula, as sensuous as Oshun, as enchanted as Pomegara. I just want you feverishly. What is this thing called passion? What is this feeling of my soul singing a duet with another soul?
All the sisters begin to dance and feel the groove.
I want to build monuments in your name, like the Egyptians built pyramids, even if it got to be block by block, with just the right precision, perfectly forming my devotion to you, with my artiste eyes building you up to the sky, to say this is the one I love.
I remember the first time I tasted your full, sensuous lips. They were the color of blackberry jam, our tongues intertwined. I remember the first time we shared each other's bodies, your hot breath panting in my ear, our black bodies slippery with sweat sliding in and out of one another, grinding to the tunes of Marvin Gaye and Jill Scott, our bodies intertwined. Our heart rhythms synchronized, nothing but skin between us.
Hands touch skin, leaving memories embedded in the flesh. Midnight kisses lead to morning massages and naked breakfast, and our listless conversations meander endlessly. I am powerless to resist your aggressive pursuits. Pinned to the ground, our bodies wrestle in a love embrace, tongues intertwined.
Our bodies seem to make music when we made love. Rocking back and forth as if in tune with some mellow groove. Our rhythmic, dark bodies tell the oldest tales ever told, the tale of love, emanating sounds of pleasure from your mouths. Yeah.
The sisters are left on stage looking as if they are in a state of ecstasy.
DJ, drop the needle on the record one more time, won't you? Play me another slow jam just for us, me and my baby.
Rose begins to dance with Jasmine.
I just want us to be an us. I want us to be more than just a memory, more than what was, more than a light turned down. I want the possibility of love to be more than just a possibility. I want no anger, outrage, no more of that mess. It's just you and me, and we in this thing. We in it till we can't be in it no more, till we can't be in it no more.
Rose continues to dance.
I want sweet kisses that make me shiver down to my soul. I want to smell your scent and become intoxicated in your majestic presence. I want to intertwine with you in a love embrace. I want all the world's anxiety to fade as I look into your eyes. I want your tongue to tattoo my body and open me up to sensations I ain't never thought possible. I want to feel the weight of your body on top of mine. My lips taste like blackberry wine. Come drink from it.
Movement number 9, Furious Blossoms. Film projections of stereotypes of black women, i.e. mammies, coons, sambos, etc.
How do you think the world sees us?
What you mean?
I mean, the world we live in, this place called Earth. Are we jokes to be laughed at and mocked? Should we be put in cages and stared at? Should we be experimented on in labs? Are we jokes? Are we jokes? Lost in a house of mirrors with nothing but deafening silence and erotic screaming. Are we humans too? Do we feel? Are we freaks of nature? Are we barbarous creatures, Hottentots, aliens? Did we choose to be this way? Are we salacious sluts just looking for the next good time? Are we to be gawked at? Should we be labeled sinners? Should our protruding chest be labeled with a scarlet S? Are we mistakes or expressions of the divine? You tell me, huh? Are our big butts too big, lips too exaggerated, nose too broad, colors too bright? You know ain't no dark-skinned girl gonna wear bright colors.
Well, if you spend your whole life worrying about what they think of you, you'll never live at all. We're the others of this world. We walk with our backs bent and broken. Our heads are low, yet our fists are raised in protest. We jump at the damn sun to get a bit of warmth.